Hey guys, just before this video starts, I wanted to apologize for the long delay between episodes. This one was supposed to go up about 5 days ago, but some life stuff happened and I had to look after my niece and nephew as my sister was having her 4th child, and I also have my brother staying with me, so finding the time to record has been a little difficult. But with that said and done, let's get into the episode. How's it going, everybody? Kyther here, and welcome back to Satisfactory. We're starting off with a little bit of a goofy intro here. This is just one of the things that I love about the trains existing, is that we can kind of just put tracks literally wherever we want, and apparently they also go through things. I'm not by any means keeping this. The thing out of the road I'm coming through, but it's just a funny thing that I found out, is that you can just put these wherever. Unfortunately, I am not going to be fast enough, but the train will also just keep going, which is hilarious that I find. And we will switch the track up here. Oh, jumped over it. And I'll show you the other side. Well, it turns out you can actually lose the train will stop if you leave it if it gets too far away from you, I presume. But there you go, as you can see, it goes through the ground, roof, ceiling, also goes through walls. Like, it just does not care. It's not a thing that worries it. But the other bug thing about this, I suppose, is if I can slow this down quick enough, if I actually hold the right button. Stop. We can do it over at this next sort of junction. We get the train to be moving fast enough, and I can catch up. The train gets split from the carriages if they go over a track and it gets swapped, but they're still physically connected. So that keeps going as long as this keeps going. And if this were to stop, the cart stops. But that's just a funny thing. As well as this track is just dumb. But we shall return our normal Satisfactory factory, I guess. And we are back, and the random abomination of construction of the motors is now gone. But cleaning that up has made me think that the random items that you get, at some point we're going to have to build a storage building, and it would be great to do sort of like what you can do in Minecraft, I suppose, is just have a bin that I can just empty my inventory into, and it just goes and gets sorted into a whole bunch of boxes. That would be a cool thing to make in the future. However, as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, we're going to go searching for some uranium today. But I think before that, we're actually going to set up a proper stator and motor factory. But before I go and do that, because I still don't have an actual door up into this place, I keep having to bust down the walls. We are going to take a couple of these and a couple of these, and I am going to go on a somewhat quick adventure to go and find more crash sites. Drop pod number 1 just wants us a quick wire, which is up here above where we're getting our oil from. It's not what I was looking for, but there is a normal SAM ore node here, which is up over here. And it's in an interesting spot, so I was going to mark it on the map, but I don't really think it's necessary considering where it is. Whoa. That's cool. So this is the swamp. We cut through here before, but I don't think I got a view of it from up here. There's one of the crash sites, but I think I checked that one. I mean, I would have gone straight. Let me look directly at it. Straight past through it. Probably, considering where it is. That's my guess. But they also updated this, so it looks cool, especially now when it's sunset. Alright, pod number level 2. Above the spot on the waterfall that we were looking at before, and we couldn't get on top of the tree. Of course, you want AI limiters. Which I can actually make them if I wanted to, and I think... Yeah, found another heatsink. Well, if I can make it, I might as well. And a drop pod Ulramano 2. Drive 2. This is either going to go really good or really bad. Well, I only see 2 flies. I'd say pretty good. I don't know, 10 radio control units. I don't even know what to get rid of. I suppose we can drop those on the ground. I'll take that. More motors for me. And I'm going to guess that I can't actually open this, but 7 supercomputers. Yeah, I figured. Also, so you're aware, we're up in like that big giant thing in the middle. It's still part of here, like that big red forest thing. This place is deadly. There's also these rocks in the ground that have radiation to them up here as well. That's the second time I've come across them. Yeah, I'm not grabbing that. He can stay there. And for our, first technically 4th one, we're over in this area up the top here. 3rd one we can hopefully grab. This place, I may have shown it, I don't know. But this place looks beautiful from up high. And you need 50 megawatts, which conveniently just so happens to be what the coal building production thing makes. So that makes 3 hard drives. And drop pod Uno 5 over here. Next one we're going to is just down the river. Above this area. You need 2 quartz crystals. Look at what I got with me. Easiest make and grab of my life. Maybe. Alright, so not exactly where I said we'd be. A little bit further up north, I suppose. This one required 10 powder. Had to go get some sulfur, which I got very lucky for. But there we go. Hard drive number 5. And our final drop pod, the one that I saw when I was up there, only wants steel pipes. So hopefully 6 of these hard drives will be enough. Alright, so it's not showing it, but I have 1 hard drive in here. And this is the haul that we got. So we found 5 batteries. Not sure whether they're probably just used for crafting. 1 purple power slug, 1 yellow, 5 green. Wow, did not realize I had 5, unless I had some on me for some reason. I wasn't going out of my way to grab them. I kind of just grabbed them if I was near them. 2 summer sleuths, radio control unit, being 10 of them. And unless I am clearly missing something, that's pretty much it. Well, convenient timing for me. Not really what I'm looking for. Oh, actually, there's a turbo fuel, more concrete. I think we've only got the 1 at the moment. Yeah, which wouldn't be too... might not be too bad. And alternate steel. So I already know that there's a better one of these. I think. This is just pointless with making 2 steps, doing 2 steps and adding more coal. Get more triple, I suppose, but using still 1-to-1. Oh, actually, there you go, it's 1-to-1 there. I guess we'll get the turbo fuel, a more efficient alternative to fuel used in fuel generators and vehicles. We'll get that to start with, I think. And I'll throw in the next hard drive. I wish it worked that way. Doesn't. But the thing that I did miss something in my inventory, and that were the other 9 heat sinks that we got. And time for the second one. We have screws, which apparently just keeps going up and up, which at that point, this one's useless because I got them either in the wrong order or I saw, but I don't know. But I think for the moment, we'll grab the Kyther circuit board. Num num. Go in the other hard drive. And what I've been working on in between that, waiting, is this little area down here. And as you see, I has moved the items over to these 2 bins, and I added one more to the building of containers back here, since we had enough to overflow that. And not that we're gonna activate it, or turn it on. Hey, you were being nice before. There we go. We'll put a Mark II miner there, which will probably get upgraded at some point, just so I can work out the heights, or the height needed for this. And we're going to keep this miner here separate, and it'll probably file into that building as well. What we're actually going to do is put a rotor building on top of this. And hard drive number 3 is the thing I wanted. The stator upgrade. Or alternate blueprint is the more accurate term. Let's continue with the hard drives. Now the fact, well, I was going to say there was 2 storage spaces there, but that kinda means nothing considering there was 2 other things on there that we didn't get last time. But anyway, this is what I was talking about. So we're going to have this building here. It's going to be sunken into the floor. We'll have this one coming across like so. And I might keep this open. Only issue is that the wall on this side doesn't really have anywhere to go at the moment necessarily. We'll just do it like that. But I was thinking that maybe there's enough room back here that we might just build this up. Like just a solid wall here. But we shall see if that changes in the future. And a nice little rim going around the sides. I haven't quite finished, as shown by the fact that I'm coming over here. But anyway, leaving this as it is for now, we're going to be working up there for the rotors. Okay, so I've done things a little bit differently this time. I've sort of reset up pretty much everything except for the splitters at the end. But I'm using 3 machines to make the rotors. So we will need 4 wire machines exactly, which is perfect. So this is 180 wire. Let's have it coming out of the wall, going down here. And then we're using 4 machines of the pipes. 3 down here, and then the one up in this corner, which I'm just going to be connecting into that way. Coming down the wall in here. We only need 54. So that one's adding about 6 extra more than we need. And connect that to that. And then it's just a matter of hooking them up down here, which we're just going to use the splitters. And we're going to put these... I probably have these around the wrong way for height-wise. But we shall see. This one needs to split... Well, actually, this needs to split into 3 even. I did not think this through. Alright guys, so we're back. And this section down here took a little bit longer than anticipated. Had to throw on an extra tile at the back here. Actually, fit the room for these to evenly split into 3. Also, this is part of the video where the very first intro bit happened, so this is all new stuff, I suppose, at this point. But anyway, we have these connected. We've only just got to connect up the actual items into the conveyor belt, the lines, I guess. For 1, 2, almost 3, and a 4. And then for the final bit, we just have to hook up the 4 smelters down here. The rest are already connected up the top here. I am running very low on jetpack fuel. Beep, 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 get up here. They're all connected in. So all of the wire will be joining the pipes down here to make the rotors, which I've already set all these up. We're going to temporarily store them up the top here just for the time being as well. But I'm going to quickly finish off the building, throw a roof up, have all of these items go up to the top here into a storage container. And I suppose, like everything else, we should temporarily connect everything up so it has the power. And there is the finished building. For now, it might as well not be called a building. But anyway, see how rotors are going in. The only obnoxious thing that I have with this is I've mentioned before that I wish that these were also on the other side. Because I have this sitting on the other side for the rubber to go through, and it has the X on it. It's a little bit of an obnoxious, but anyway, a little bit of a mishap had happened between before the last clip and this one, in that I recorded the entirety of the second half of this episode, but never hit the record button, so you could just hear me speak, but not see anything. Anyway. That might be pretty good to have. So I've done 2 of these hard drives, or had done previously. We're not going to get the same ones. That works out really well. We need more crystal oscillators, but that works out really well because it's what we be doing. Speaking of which, we are going to be setting up the stators, but before that, let's see if we're as lucky as we were last time. I have to, I don't remember where it was, whether it was tier 4 or tier 3. The alternate stator, haha, I have it on me, still, somehow luckily. I just do not know where the things are. There's that one, and the other one in my inventory, 25 of them. Right there. There we go. Jeez. Couldn't see them at all. So that is unlocked. And probably might as well see what the motor requires. Ah. They want some stators. Well, we'll have to get that building before we go any further. And luckily for us, we only have to add another floor of that on. And one more floor of this. Which that one is super easy. That one, easy, but kind of obnoxious. Anyway, like I said, quick wire, super easy. Just adding 4 more of the constructors up here, even though we really only need 1, because we only need 60 for this. So we'll plug, pressing all the wrong buttons, this one into here. And because the line down here is already bringing 60 across, oops, I only had to just add a splitter down here, which is more than enough for this tower. It's only, each floor only uses 13, 15 per constructor, so 30, that's where I was going with that. Here you go, 15. We're just going to bring power up through the corner here. Probably cover those up, make this a little bit prettier later on. And instead of using the one that's down here, because we have 30 spare coming off of this one, leave this until we find a better use for that, or if we need 90 for something at some point. And for this, we're going to have to add another floor just in between here. Boop, boop. Just a short one, So hopefully it can only needs to be one wide. Preferably, I would like to put. Actually, I want this on the side. Preferably, just so we can get more up here, and then we can sort them out more. So I need to sort of get the rest of the steel up here in bulk. But the only issue will be that I don't think we don't quite reach the bottom, so we'll have to do a little bit of an angle in one of these corners. Go in this side and then come out and continue going up. Alright, so we have that added. I have to keep an eye on my power because we might have an issue with that very soon. But I probably knew this when I initially built it, but I've forgotten. We're getting 60 of these up here, which means we can actually run 4 of these machines, and we're not doing that. So completely forgot about that. So this tower will want, or the back of it at least, we'll be wanting a redesign at some point. Ew, this is the giant tower, top bit there, tiny little belt for that, and here's our tiny little bit of room for where these all get split up once again, and it's just the same conveyor belt as it would be down the bottom. Oh, I guess we're down here now. But yeah, just splitting it off, having 2 Mark 3 belts going off, which will eventually be upgraded later. This is full, by the way. And our giant tower is getting taller still. I could also probably cover all that up now, considering every single floor is being used except for what will be one machine in the top there. But we'll just leave it open for now because I'm lazy. These are doing pretty good, slowly stacking up. That's the first time I've looked at it, and it's been a full stack. But not sure how far we will get for the status today, because I've decided the oil up here, or the rubber, the plastic that's not being used, is going to be all torn down, and it's going to be put over here, so all of our oil production, or all the stuff that uses oil, will go over here, so we can actually give it a proper import place with the truck, which may get upgraded to a train at some point, not too sure. But I'll have to just temporarily build these machines down there, I suppose. Unless we plan it, actually we might plan it out today, or attempt to plan it out. Keep falling. It's not great. Yeah, I think we'll attempt to plan it out, or get as far as we can. And then next episode we will get the stators and this belongs down over there. So unfortunately we won't be going uranium exploring. Unfortunately I did actually do that when I lost. I didn't even lose the recording, just didn't get it. Went to the one that was down here. So unfortunately that is not all brand new to me. But you guys did kind of miss my reaction to the spider that is over there. They didn't update with the spiders. And they, some of them kind of explode in poisonous gas that these, plants and those rocks over there emit. So, that was, surprising. I thought they were only up in the red forest there. Bamboo forest? I don't know if they spawn up there as well. But anyway, what do we have here? We can create more iron. Like I need that. With copper. Not necessary at the moment. Reinforced plates. Just use more plates back to screws. Because as if you didn't have any copper around. And the plastic. I don't know if that's worth it. It might be. I honestly do not like any of these. I'll grab the plastic. even though with that I'm technically using more oil to make that than I would otherwise, but we shall probably never use it. There's a couple of them that we'll probably never use. But anyway, I'm gonna see what sort of plans I can come up with for over here. Would you look at that sneaky fella? Take one guess of where I'm standing right now. I'm on top of the radio tower. Not gonna lie, didn't quite expect to be able to get up here. Didn't think this would be completely solid, but it is, and I love it. So, saying that, I found a new spot to actually take images and thumbnails of the base. Might actually just use one from here for this episode. But anyway, that's how I can go. But anyway, getting distracted. What I think we'll need to do, because these oil refineries need at least like a 3x1.5 tile base, so essentially 3x2. You could put it up here. Up there is, well, it's mainly that area there. It's relatively flat. Not really. Otherwise, it's gonna have to go down there. That spot over there looks interesting from a distance, but it's just because it's sort of rocky, I suppose. Like everything up here looks flat from here, but that's what distances into perspective does to you, I suppose. You have to bear in mind that the trucks are going to be coming in through here as well still. Oh wow. So that thing is absolutely filling up because the sulfur's filling up too. Keep getting distracted. But like once we get the buildings sort of set in, or like where I want them to go, we'll be a little bit better off. I don't know if I want to maybe stack these up or not. They would very easily be probably be as tall as the pipe building there. Easily. To stack them on top of each other, or if not, pretty close to it. So yeah, we're gonna have to expand the power because we're running out of it. But also with the trains, we can build this. We can actually build this power plant down where the water is. I really like this view. Getting seriously distracted. I'm sorry. Do that, and then all the oil stuff can just sort of take over this gigantic area here, and maybe a bit over here too, because we just have to keep in mind that the fuel. Well, actually no. The issue with moving that over there is then we would have to transfer fuel over here as well. There's fuel and the oil. I don't know. See how we go with that, because I need the fuel for these trucks. But anyway, yeah, I think might put the oil there. I don't know. Planning of the stage didn't really work that well, did it? I didn't really, that's why I said potential planning. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for today. Got a little bit done. Wanted to get more done. But stuff happened. But anyway, is that a like completely flat plateau over there? It pretty much is. That's interesting. Seems to be like a lot of random flat places around. Or just over the map in general. I mean, that kind of makes sense. Also, I don't think I still haven't gone in there, but there's a cave there that I've walked past. I think I've mentioned it before. Still haven't gone in there. There's definitely a summer sleuth or Mercersphere in there, because you can hear it ringing when you're up the top there. But anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to stick around, see some more. Next time, we'll actually get the stators up and running, as well as moving of the oil. Oh, right, the thing I didn't talk about. This platform, probably be 2, potentially 3 towers depending on the size of the stator machines, floors that we need. But anyway, that's all. I shall see you guys next time. But until then, bye.